Today we're going to be working on these super cute personalized puzzles using sublimation and a heat press. I already made these for my kids and I love how they turned out. The colors turned out so vibrant, and I think this is a really cute personalized gift that kids can enjoy for years to come. I'm also going to walk you through the design process on the two puzzles we're working on today, so I'm going to be walking you through how I put all the elements together on Photoshop. But before we get into it, if you've never been here before, hi, my name is Ricky. I'm the owner of my own small business called Marley May Customs, and on this channel we're just going to do some crafty things and have fun hanging out together. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It is a free way to help the channel out and I really appreciate it so much. If you want to check me out on other places out here on the internet, you can go ahead and find my website at marleymaycustoms.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, no, not Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. Everything is under Marley May Customs, so you should be able to find me pretty easy. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so the program I use to go through these files and edit them is Photoshop CS5. Any Photoshop or photo editor will work. I believe you can also use the online alternative, which is Photopea. I got this file on CREATIVEFABRICA, and it wasn't a alpha doodle file. It was more like a print thing for like wall decor or whatever, you know, like a nursery or something. But I did really like these letters, so I just removed the background by using the magic wand tool and inverting that selection. And then you can press the delete button on your keyboard and that will remove the background. And then you can go in with the magic wand tool again and take those white spots out of the letters. This little dinosaur seamless file I also got from CreativeFabrica. I will have all of these linked down below. You can purchase them separately or you can sign up for their membership, which is what I have. And if you buy a lot of files, the membership is 100% worth it and it will pay for itself very, very quickly. So I had to crop this down because I did download it and it had this white like box around it. So I just cropped that down and then moved that over to the sized file I have for our puzzles, which I sized them at 9.75 inches wide and 7.5 inches tall. Once I moved that background over, I was ready to start working on the letters. So in Photoshop, you're just going to take the lasso tool and you can just draw a little line around the letters you want to move. Once you get a dotted line that is around your letter, you can go ahead and select copy and then move back over to the file you're working on for your puzzle and just press paste. I do this for every single letter and I kind of stack them all on top of each other. I will kind of lay out the first couple letters that will fit, make sure they're all nice and evenly spaced, and then I'll drag the other letters on top of the others. That way I can resize them all at once, and then I don't have to worry about them being different sizes. I can just leave them how they are on this file. Once I got all of the letters placed, I needed to edit the colors just a little bit on some of these letters. So I just took my little eyedropper tool and selected colors from the background and then went in with the paint bucket tool and filled in the colors that I wanted. For the paint bucket tool, you do have to keep your layers in mind and make sure you're on the layer of the letter you're working on. So say I was filling in the A, I need to go over to my layers down here in the right hand corner and make sure I click the layer that the A is on. Otherwise, you're just going to fill the entire screen and you won't be able to fill the letter. Once you're happy with your file and it's ready to go, go ahead and save that as a PNG because we're going to upload it into a different file before we print. The sunflower one is a little bit easier. This one is mainly just dragging and dropping. I also got these files from CreativeFabrica. This little sunflower cowhide distressed background is actually a Tumbler, like sublimation Tumbler file. and I just sized that to our puzzle size, which is 9.7, or actually it's 9.5 by 7.5. Hopefully I said that right earlier. 9.5 inches wide by 7.5 inches tall. These Alpha Doodle letters I also got from Creative Fabrica. These come in a zip file and they are all individual letters, so you're just going to drag and drop those into your puzzle file and then size them how you like. Once you're happy with that one, go ahead and save that one as a PNG as well. And then I am going to print this out on 13 by 19 inch sublimation paper. So I went ahead and created a new file that was 13 inches wide by 19 inches tall. And I set the DPI at 400. 300 is standard. I just like to add 400. I think 300, as long as you do 300, you're going to be good. You definitely don't want to go under 300. Once your new file opens up, you're going to want to go ahead and open up your puzzle files, and then you're just going to drag those over to the 13 by 19 inch file we're working on so we can print it out on one sheet of paper. I created myself a guide at 9.5 inches wide by going to View up at the top and then selecting New Guide, and you can make a vertical guide at 9.5 inches or whatever size your puzzle is. And this is just going to make sure we give ourselves a little bit of overhang. We're going to size it slightly over that guideline, but as you see in the video later, you're going to want to size it just a little bit more and make sure you measure your specific puzzle. I don't think they're all cut exactly at like 9.5 or whatever it is. So measure your puzzle, get the correct dimension for that, and then go ahead and create your guide. And then you can just slightly drag that image out to make it a little bit larger than the guide, so we have an overhang so we don't get any white edges like I did. Alright, once you get your file sized, you can go ahead and print that out on your sublimation printer, and we can move on to the next step. Alright, you guys, so I was having horrible luck with the last memory card I was using. I've already filmed the beginning of this twice, but anyway, this will come out on one sheet of 13 by 19 paper if that's what you choose to use with how we set it up in Photoshop. So I'm just going to finish cutting these, and then I wanted to show you guys that the puzzles come in these little bags with this cardboard backing, and on the last puzzles I did, I pressed them with the cardboard backing on, and the cardboard warped a little bit and I couldn't really get it straight. So the puzzles were easy enough to take out on their own without breaking them, so I just slid them off the cardboard backing, and we're just going to finish cutting this design right here, and then we're going to go ahead and tape the design onto the puzzle, and then we'll get it in the heat press. To tape this up, I'm just going to lay my design on the table like this, and then I'll flip the puzzle upside down, and this is going to be really easy because this way we can see that everything lines up really nicely. Alright, once you get it lined up, you can go ahead and start taping. I'm just going to slide it over to the edge a little bit so I can get some tape on there. Alright, I just got some plain pieces of copy paper here, and I'm going to press this at 360 degrees for 40 seconds. Alright, you're going to want something heavy to put on your puzzle when it gets out of the heat press, so I have my giant cosmetology textbook that I'm going to use. Be very careful because it's really hot. And you just want something heavy so it doesn't warp when it cools. And I think these are going to turn out much better because I didn't press them on the cardboard. So we'll see. Alright, I think it's had a chance to cool down now. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like. All right, here is this one. You can see I still have a tiny bit of white on the edges of this. So maybe just make this a tiny bit wider. I don't think the dimensions are exactly 9.5 by 7.5. So you'll kind of just have to measure the puzzle you have and then make sure you get your design to fit. But this isn't too bad. I'm not too worried about it. This one's for my niece and I think it turned out super cute. All right, same thing, 360 for 40 seconds. All right, here is the other one. Again, you can see there's a little bit of white on this one. So I would make this, maybe in Photoshop, make this like, I don't know, maybe like 9.7 or 9.8 inches wide, just so you can make sure you fill that, because even right at 9.5 there's a little tiny gaps. Alright, so here is a better shot of these, and you can't see the ring light reflection. I think these turned out super cute, and I wanted to show you guys these in comparison to the ones I did for my kids. You might not be able to tell too much on video, but definitely press without the cardboard. You can see this one's a little bit more flexible. This one's a little bit more stiff. It cooled the way the cardboard cooled. So theirs aren't completely flat, but the ones I pressed without the cardboard are completely flat. So definitely press without the cardboard. But either way, these are for my kids and my niece and nephew, so it's alright for them. It's alright for them. Alright, let me know what you guys think of this video. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next one.